Hello on this wonderful Thursday in the year of our Lord, September 21st, 2023. Welcome back. Fastest show on MLB, absolutely anywhere. It may be the end of September, but we haven't lost a step. Grab the spear, grab the shield. Hop into the failings here at 300, where we give to the books nothing and take from them everything. Mr. Coop on the ones and twos. Big Johnny Stud here, hosting this bad boy at John Laghezza on the X. I just call it Twitter. I laugh and can we call it Twitter? You call it whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner, darn it. Follow me at John Laghezza. All this delicious data. Num 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 num. Check out all the baseball stuff. It's 100% free. If it's free, it's for me. Yeah, USA. USA. And as we kind of round third, get ready to score this bad boy. Again, from J&J, the deepest thank you. Gratitudes and salutations to all of you out there helping to support this show. Tag Rob Pizzola on the internet. Tag him on Twitter X. Let him know how good of a job we're doing. BGC already did that one, man. Thank you. We see you, my friend. Gosh, you're too good to us. Hopefully we're giving something back. Nuance in the context pouring out your freaking nose when you roll with us. Big surprise. All right, let's do the thing. MLB schedules again. Looking kindly upon me with a shortened slate. My throat is ruined. I'm sick. My kids are sick. And like, what else is new? I swear, Jeff L., Brian E., what's going on, everybody? Hanging out in the principal's office. In a restaurant where the chefs eat. How many, catchphrases have we come up with? That's the best part about these shows that become immersive, right? Where we truly feel that you, the listener, and you, the crowd, are as important as me, the kind of, overweight carnival barker, whatever the hell I am. Hopefully, damn good analyst and friend to all. Let's dive into it. There's two early ones. I actually have plays for them. But man, running theme, again, day. I like to watch day baseball. I'm always trashing day baseball. I don't like to bet. I don't like to bet on day baseball. I don't. Especially when they're isolated. I just feel like, I don't know. At one point, I even went back and tested it. My day record was atrocious. So I started contacting all the quant guys. I hit up Derek Carty and asked him to run correlations that maybe I didn't know. He was like, dude, there's just nothing there. So I've heard old school gamblers say it's all about that makes, it's getaway days. Guys have their mind on other stuff. Maybe that's where the subjective stuff comes into play. Anyway, we'll circle back to them. I'll show you what I got because I do got two kind of smashes. One of them I actually had to post for subs. Ugh, I hate day baseball. All right, let's dive into the big ones. Main slate, handful of games. First one should be a good one. Joe Berry's on the bump. Jose Berrios for the Bluebirds. Plus 120 dog on the road against the Coltrane. Colt 45 and the New York Yankees. The Bronx Bombers, those pinstripers. I love the Highlanders. But they kind of stink, man. And you know what? You get what you deserve. I'm the opposite of a homer, right? I'm like a bad Yankee fan. That Jordan Montgomery trade last year, this is what you get. That's what you get. That's exactly what you get. Trading viable, young, controlled starting pitching for a broken outfielder that was hurt at the time, who has been released and now plays for the Reds. Oh my God. Kill yourself. Yankees are so bad. Seriously, money papers over a lot of mistakes. And now they've kind of been exposed. Too many build up. Let's look at Berrios. He's been very good. Crowd's on him now. We were on him early in the season. Everyone thought he was kind of garbaggio. 3.49 ERA, 118 whip, sub 700 OPS, all the stuff we like. All the indicators, a little bit higher, but nothing above 4.5. So, when you kind of get that agreement across the board, K walk ERA, expected ERA, and Sierra. 23K to 7 walks, so the control is there, 29.5 CFW. Again, CSW cold strikes plus whiffs. When you see that number elevated, without the big strikeouts, it means they land cold strikes. Right, which is generally off-speed stuff. That's what I meant to say. They generally are getting off-speed stuff over for strikes. 35% ball rate, nice and low, 64 for a strike. 42% ground balls, who's keeping the ball down. Been a really nice season, 317 expected WOBA from Berrios. He's been, good on the road, 240 batting average allowed, 363 ERA, 1.15, homer 9. 3.3 ERA last 40 days, been very good. Location plus, pitching plus, all above 100. And then Garrett Cole. I mean, gosh, I don't like the Yankees, especially when they play against righties. They're just sickening. Good to see the youth up. But now they're all like 100 plate appearances in. They should be 400 or 500 plate appearances in. Of course, again, Yankees kind of stunting their own growth, but Coltrane on the bump at minus 135. Not a bad deal. 281 ERA, 105 whip. All the indicators are like 3.5, 3.6, 27K to only 6 walk. That's a 21K minus BP. Gotta love that. 34 balls, so the walks on the control. 67 first strike. He's getting ahead. He's winning in the zone, doing a lot of things. And I think the major improvement here, especially for the Yankee haters, the Cole haters, the sub-1 homer 9, right? That's the big deal. He's constantly getting trashed, being a home run machine. And I think it was probably just some sequencing with the fastball. Again, there are going to be home runs when you throw high and hard fastballs. What I think we've seen, what I'm hoping at least, for Yankees and Cole's sake, is taking advantage of the plus shape. Right, so when you have plus shape on your fastball, it doesn't sink as much as the field. So when you throw it up higher, now not only is it deceptive because the sink is different, but you're also creating more of a physical distance between the bat. The problem with those is if you miss, low, right, you miss down, even though that down is no longer down is the middle, those go out. So you learn to kind of miss up. And that's what I think we've seen from Cole. So short slate, little bit of the granules. Just a little bit of that good stuff. Cole, again, really good at home. I mean, just unbelievable. He's rocking a 112 homer 9 in Yankee Stadium. A lot of respect there. 218 batting average allowed. This one should be a barn burner. Offense is both objectively stinking right now. Toronto, 209 average, 649 OPS as a team. Last 500 plate appearances. 45% ground ball, 27 hard hit. That's a 78 WRC plus. Yankees said, hold my beer. 193 team batting average, 593 OPS, 50% ground ball, 5% barrel. That's a 69 WRC plus. I mean, oh my gosh, so bad. Both so bad. Right, that's why you want to look at these teams in waves. Toronto's season stuff is all like above average. They're a good team. But man, right now it is an abject disaster. 282 team WOBA for Toronto. Give you an idea, it's 325 on the season. Right, 325 being well above average. 282 being well below average. But Toronto has hit righties. I don't know if it matters against Cole. Price probably pretty fairly reflected, and both of these bullpens have struggled. Toronto with a +5 ERA last 38 innings. Yankees up near 5 last 51. Way too much contact on both sides. This one's probably Yankees F5. This is like our revert the double result here. Because I think I like Yankees F5 and Toronto to kind of outlast them. Man, but to get Cole at home minus 135, it's almost hard to like balk at that. I think that's probably the move, Jay. We're gonna have to go with that. Please don't hate me, all my Canadian fans, for going up against the Blue Jays. I think they struggle versus they struggle in high pressure situations, which is a lot of those. A lot we mentioned it. We'll see if they can stick it in. Far Sports, what's going on? Good morning to you as well. Yeah, it can be the Yankees and Cole. It's more of a price thing. I mean, you could like Berrios. He's still pitching to contact and stuff and not really whiffing guys. I probably should have asked for the F5, right? But then you got to go extra. You got to get into that like 145 range. I didn't really want to do that. Now, let's lower the price. I think the Yankees do it. There's only 1 or 2 outcomes here. I'm not trying to be so cute, Jake. Again, like Cole, can go 7 and go 8. He's pushing for the Cy Young also. He's got the chip on his shoulder. So again, we do want to talk about the lens of competition towards the end of the year. All right, let's move it up. Too much time in that game. Next up, Atlanta Braves, max fried eggs on the bump, minus 250. Heavy favorite on the road against Jake Irvin and the Nationals. The bottom has absolutely fallen out for the Nationals. You should no longer be betting on them. You should no longer be supporting them at all. We got involved with them with an over yesterday. That was good. But that's about as far as you want to get with them. Freed's been excellent, man. 2.64 ERA, 117 whip, 2.8 expected ERA, 25K to only 6 walk, 5% miss rate, 56 ground ball, 3.5 barrel, 3/4 of a home run per 9. I mean, just came back. He looks exactly like he did But you're even getting maybe some swing and miss, 11.5 swing and strike that we didn't know we were getting. He's always been great at suppressing contact, and he's been freaking absurd on the road. 546 OPS allowed, 174 ERA for fried eggs, .4, homer 9 on the road. Yikes. Jake Irvin, just a guy, and it's getting ugly. 4.34 ERA, 1.37 whip. However, big time negative regression candidate here. XFIP, K walk ERA, expected ERA, and Sierra all north of 5. 19K to double digit walk. That's a single digit KBB. 7% swing and strike. Yikes. 18% whiff. Yikes. 90 zone contact. So when you get to 90% zone contact, you look at the flip side on the matrix for the Braves offense. Not sure you're going to be pitching to contact to this team. Last 500 PAs, 25 doubles, 26 homers. A 827 team OPS, 18.5 K rate. So they don't strike out. Hit for average, hit for power, lots of doubles, 41 hard hit, 10% barrel. That's a 352 WOBA. Number 1 righty hitting team in the league, 379 expected WOBA versus righties last 30 days. How? Again, I know I'm a little bit deep in the weeds, all the algo and modeling stuff that I do. Again, that stuff's all free. It's all wide open, so you can kind of, you can copy and paste it and, play with it in your own, trying to figure it out. Well, by all means, I don't care. But, we hit this point in the season where there's just crazy, crazy lopsided stuff going on, and this is it. I mean, that 379 expected WOBA implies it's got to be 6.25 runs. Okay, bring up the team total for the Braves. Is it 5.5? If it's 5.5 at regular money, right, viable pricing, minus 130 or better, I'll do it. If it's 6 flat, then no, because really you need 7. It is 5.5 standard pricing. I think we should go for that. Yeah, let's get a piece of it. Washington bullpen sporting a 3.5 ERA last 48 innings. However, 5 Sierra, 1.5 whip, 250 batting average allowed, 12.5 walk, 40 hard hit. On the season, 5 ERA through 550 innings. Yeah, not very good. So Braves to score 6 at even money. This one's that's closing at 6. A little CLV for you. Moving up, I wish I had, to be honest, I wish I had picked up on that. I ended up pairing the Braves with somebody else later on. When we get there, I'll remember it. But I do prefer, the 6 at minus 110. So let's move it up. Next up, Blackbirds, Orange Vests, Grayson Rodriguez, and the Orioles on the road against Hunter Gaddis and the Guardians. I hate beating the drum, but they do tell you when you do these kind of, shows, you always want to make it like it's the first time someone's heard you, that you're not, skipping past important stuff. So just really quick, because we have the second. In my favorite, it's narrative, but it's actually career arc. And we see it all the time. Because it's a logical mix of, objective production and human nature, let's call it. Grayson Rodriguez, top pitching prospect in the world, for a couple of years. Can't wait till he comes up. He comes up and he really struggles finding the plate, maybe yips, who knows, Kyle runs, ERA gets spiked, everyone hates him now, he's trash, apparently. He gets demoted. Guess what? He's still good. He improves something, he comes back, he starts dominating. But books and donkeys and squares see the big ERA and they go to attack it. That's why hopefully people like myself and the chefs I've mentioned that eat at our restaurant, MLB Dream and Matty Williams and Pastor Prop, Monotone Football, Frank Amarante, the other part of our kind of Justice League here. Make sure you're following all those guys. I really do believe in elevation, right? If I'm going to make it in this, it's because I'm great. I'm not going to make it in this putting people down. And not because I don't want to. I just don't think that's how you do it. So I'm not, if I can do the rising tide thing, we'll do that. So again, back to Rodriguez. Then you get the return, and he's really good because he's beginning to fulfill the prophecy. You know what I mean? Look, that sounds stupid to go all Star Wars on it, but it's the truth. And now you're seeing all this stuff kind of, come back down. Now the ERA is 1.45, the whip at 1.34. XFIP is now below 4, but again, these things were so spiked, so it takes time to bring them down, these ratios. If you play fantasy, you know. 12 swing and strike, 35 ball, 33 O swing, 47 ground ball, so he inducing swings and misses, he's keeping the ball down. 7 barrel, 3.5 blast, 1.2 homer 9. Again, those are correcting. Both now in palatable kind of areas. And then when you get into the last 40 days, 193 ERA, the guy's freaking goat, yo. Make sure you draft him next year. He's going to be a superstar. Grayson Rodriguez is going to be a super, absolute stud. Plus, Baltimore, again, one of the last pieces that matters for fantasy, matters for betting people. Especially in this age of like wonky offense and rules and bouncy stuff. Teams that develop pitching and maximize outputs in front of the line. Rays and Orioles, that's who you want to bet on. You know, long-term future stuff, even day-to-day. So Grayson Rodriguez, very, very good. Hunter Gaddis, not so much. 4.85 ERA, 1.33 whip for the youngster. But the XFIP is above 6. The Sierra up near 6 as well. 13.5 K to only 7 walk. That's not really going to do it. 17.5 whip, not inducing any whiffs at all. He has suppressed hard contact. Even though tons of fly balls, 54.5 fly ball, you better keep the hard hit rate down near that 35. But he still has a 1.4 homer 9 because of all the fly balls. Like some of them are just going to go out. Thing is, he's really struggled in that park. 282 batting average allowed. It's a 920 OPS, 575 ERA, and a 2.2 homer 9 for Gaddis. Yeah, they're going to get cracked today, most likely. Baltimore steamed up to 180. Damani S in the house. What's going on top of the morning? I wonder if we should go for a roll on. Let me just check the algo really quick. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why I didn't get to Baltimore today. I have to buy a million. Jay, can we please see the Baltimore full game? Thank you very much, my friend. They're tempting us. I get this question all the time, and again, I don't necessarily have an answer. You got to be like the water. Oh, mention player props name. He shall appear. Justin, what's going on? Welcome to the restaurant where the chefs eat. Justin being one of the chefs I was talking about, right, that we want to elevate, right? Make sure you're following him on Twitter. He's excellent at multiple sports. Make sure you're following Stewie. Make sure you're, hanging out with us, right? We're the Justice League. This is 300. We're not huge. We're not huge. But we're freaking fierce. We are a team. We do care, right? Communal, kind of thriving, almost obsessive, degenerative nature. But towards a positive goal. We mentioned this yesterday. You call it. Player props says Pittsburgh Nationals missed the hook on the over 12.5 team total. Dude, but how about that? All kidding aside, right? We had that game modeled up. I hit the over. I got to look at these alt overs. Because they go crazy. We had that one spinning off the rails. And you can get paid on those. So, yeah, go figure. That was pretty funny. Jay, let's go Baltimore run line. We got the 3-phase edge. Gaddis is a disaster. The Cleveland offense has ticked up a little bit, but I still don't think they're any good. They don't hit the ball, and they have too many ground ball. 46 ground ball, 27 hard hit. Listen, they steal, right? We've mentioned that. That's a good way to get to the end. But the bullpen's falling apart as well. It was such a strength for the Guardians all year. Now, 5.14 bullpen ERA last 35 innings, 1.6 whip, 2.85 batting average allowed. Baltimore bullpen's been good all season. One of the best crews all year. Even without Batista, they've been very good. Everyone kind of getting the bump. Again, another place that we see that pitching development manifested, right, materializes in the bullpen. They're going to get the most out of the least. Oh gosh, what is this guy's name? I'm gonna have to ramble until I can bring this up because it's gonna eat at me the rest of the show. I just can't take anymore. Oh, who was it? Why did I say I think it's Stevenson anyway? I guess it was Jorge Lopez. The Orioles just fixed a couple guys. Like, they're kind of getting other people's scraps and turning them into real deal, legit starters. So give me Baltimore to cover it up. I like that one a lot. Next up, Matt Steven Peterson, the lefty. Let's go, Mets go on the bump on the road, plus 150 dog against Power Ranger Suarez and the Fighting Phils, minus 160 on the Philly side. Peterson has struggled this season, but if I'm not mistaken, he's been better as of late. Right, you see the 5.2 ERA, 1.6 whip. I see the plus 5 expected ERA, and I'm generally going after these guys. Double-digit walk rate, 38 ball, 45 hard hit, 6% blast. These are all kind of rough. 333 expected WOBA. And he's been rough go on the on the road. Peterson allowing a 3.27 batting average on the low, but a 7+ ERA. Yikes. He's been good at home. That was the split that it was. So I guess it's wheels up for the Phillies. Ranger Suarez, he's been, kind of doing his thing. He's on like the better side of just a guy, single-digit walk rate, suppressing hard contact, tons of ground balls, 49% ground ball for Suarez, though 55 from Peterson. But Peterson's hard hit rate plus more lift has gotten him in trouble, where Suarez is a little bit better at suppressing hard contact, 37 hard hit, 2.4 blast, sub-1 homer 9. He's had his struggles at home. I think the Phillies get it. I'm struggling to get there with the pricing, but I do think they win it. Mets offense in the tank right now. 31% hard hit, 12% swinging strike list, 500 PAs. Really bad. Phillies offense rocking and rolling. Tons of strikeouts, though. But they are lifting the ball. So it'll be interesting to see how Peterson's working. Brian Rose up in the house, fashionably late. But in the MF building, what's up, yo? Brian Rose, again, another one of the chefs that we mentioned. Super sharp, dude. Make sure you're, just checking out the whole crew on Twitter. You'll see them interacting with the show stuff. Rate, review, and subscribe, because that stuff matters way more than it should. Call to the Pen HQ on X. John Laghezza on X. Look at the baseball data is all free. The football data is cheap as can be. Darn, I should have done the math on it. What's $20 every day between now and like the Super Bowl? It's a couple cents a day. But yeah, the baseball stuff, if you never paid for premium, that's always going to be my thing, trying to bring, a premium style content to people that might be novice bettors that don't bet a lot. And then when you get into the scale up, man, you get baseball data. At one point, like $20. It's crazy. But just to give people an idea of the kind of scope, and not only the scope, probably the importance of organization when it comes to baseball statistics. There's so many games and it's so fast moving that without like a strict regimented process, you can't digest it all. Now, not that a normal person's going to digest it all. I probably, suggest you don't. But these sheets and my stuff, I think, is as close as you can get being a normie. Because I know the feedback has been amazing. It's combining just everything that you want to see at once. Just in one place, all formatted, only one spot. No 7,000 going back and forth and then trying to format. We've all been there, right? Some sites have last name first, and some sites have first name last. And on Sunday, you're spending all this time just to try and create stuff. So anyway, hopefully we're providing a bit of value for you all the way through the end of this very, 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 very long baseball season. So I like the Phils, but I don't like the price, so I'm going to just move it on. Next up, I do not want to bury the lead. I am so far over on this one, but I think I ended up going with the team total. Let's bring it up. I think both might be good. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and Johan Oviedo on the bump, plus 140 dog against the Baby Bears, right side of the tracks, and Kyle Hendricks. And the Cubs, minus 160. I would never pay minus 160 for Hendricks. 3.7 ERA, 117 whip for the old man. However, all the indicators at 4, 5, or worse. The walk rate down to 4%. That's kind of how he gets by. And again, the CSW at 29, even though the K rate's at 16, lets you know he can throw strikes with his off-speed stuff, right? You see how sometimes these numbers work together without necessarily combining. 67 first strike, 5% miss, 37 O swing. So Hendricks has been sneaky, 25% hard hit rate. I think that's been part of it. Though he's had his struggles at home. I think it might have just been the price. I ended up on the team total, just to be fully transparent. Although, as I'm looking at this thing, I'm just over, over everywhere. I'm over on the F5. I'm over on the full game. You know what it was? The bullpen stuff. Like the Cubs bullpen's actually been pretty good. The Pittsburgh bullpen, though they're rocking a 5.9 ERA last 50 innings, which again is terrible. The other pitching stuff is not as bad. 1.29 whip, single-digit walk, 30 chase, 32 fly ball. Like, this is not terrible. Jay, bring up the... Yeah, okay, so I'm going to keep the 8.5 minus 105 in mind. What was the Cubs team total? That's what it was. Hold on, let me make sure I got 4.5 and 5.5. Stupid me. That's what it was, Jay. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, Jay Bird doing his thing. Clear your throat, my man. You're on deck. Cubs for 4.5 runs, right? So, again, the day's not long enough. And then we move the show time up, and it's just hard to digest everything in Cubs. So I had for the Cubs modeled over 5, which again, when you're model reading, modeling my stuff over 5 is a top score. I'm trying to get into the habit of checking those for 4.5s. Generally, my work in the book are in line because my model is very good. I have thousands of hours put into it. But when you get the 4.5s, especially at normal money, so that's what I want to get on is Cubs team total over 4.5 minus 110. But again, I do fully believe in the 4.5 first 5. And then full game 8.5. But to me, the big landslide was, Cubs on Oviedo. Pittsburgh offense is really having a rough go. 28% K rate to only 7% walk. I mean, that's a 21 K minus BB as an offense. Last 500 plate appearances. They only have 10 home runs, a sub 300 OBP. Dead last in pull rate. So it's been rough. Too many ground balls, not enough hard hit balls, and that kind of might play right into Hendricks. So that's what I wanted to be wary of also. So give me the Cubs on the team total. Hopefully we get that one early and often. Next up, this was the other half of the money line pairing that I said, though, maybe we just go for the run line. It's the Detroit Tigers, go figure. Leaving 8 Mile, Motor City. Tariq Skubal on the bump. My dude looks sick. Minus 180 favorite. On the road against those Elephants balancing on beach balls. The Oakland Athletics and Funky Cold Medina. One small tip on betting the Oakland Athletics in the year 2023. You got to look for the action play. We've had more bets canceled on the A's than everyone else combined. Oakland has played games with the starters because they're all like 3-inning, 4-inning guys anyway. They shuffle them around. You'll get an opener, and all the bets are getting voided. So if you do it, we're going to look to cover it up. We're getting plus money, or at least even money, right around there, for Detroit to cover it. Let's get into it. Tariq Skubal's been downright awesome. 325 ERA, but a sub 1 whip, 574 OPS. Yo, 574 OPS with a .97 whip through 69 in the third. He is an ace right now. Again, oftentimes people ask me about using earned run estimators and indicators. There really is no true answer. I've always found in season expected ERA tests out the strongest, though not as good as whip. Sometimes, the classics are what it is. But when Sierra and expected ERA are in agreement, right, on a pitcher, and they're either both below 3 or both above 5, those are your attack metrics in either direction, right? To back this pitcher or get away from him. 31K to only 5 walk. I mean, 26 KBB, 14.5 swing and strike, the 30 CSW, 31 ball, 30 whiff. Very few people. That's going to be another good one in the offseason. Gosh, I'm never going to remember this. 30-30 club. If you're 31-31, I mean, that's crazy. It's Scooble, like, legit all the underpinnings of, like, a Cy Young right now. Plus, you're getting 52% ground ball, 4% barrel, half a homer 9, a 2.34 expected WOBA. Death to lefties. Lefties are batting 125 against him. I mean, it's really just been like the ultimate reclamation thing. He's not as good on the road as at home, but last 40 days, 2.4 ERA, 2.8 ERA, he's been downright filthy. Against Luis Funky Cold Medina with his 5.6 ERA, 1.55 whip. I mean, it is what it is. 12% walk rate, 39 ball rate, kind of validating that. 51st strike is extremely too low. 8% miss is living in the middle of the zone. I mean, he's probably going to get destroyed. 4.6 ERA, 1.4 homer 9 in the crib so far on the year. And a nearly 7 ERA last 40 days. Plus, Oakland offense stinks. Big surprise. Detroit offense also stinks. They stink to a lesser degree. 95 WRC plus 2. Oakland's 85. It's just these teams are so bad. But at least Detroit has some of the stuff that we like to look for. Right? We mentioned Medina with the home run problems and some lift issues. 43 fly ball, 36 hard hit, 9% barrel for Detroit. At least as the underpinnings, right? 16 home runs, that's 500 PAs. At least as the underpinnings of some stuff that could score runs for us. And then all year we've been attacking the Oakland bullpen. They suck. +5 Sierra last 56 innings. Detroit bullpen looking very good as of late. A 3 ERA last 55 and a third. Sub-3 Sierra, 1 flat whip, 210 PA allowed. 29 K, only 6 walks. So give us Detroit. Again, when you look for the cover, I really want to have the edge in the back end, which we do. So Detroit to cover it up, -105. We're using betstamp.app, by the way. Jay, tell them all about this bad boy, will you?
For sure, John, I got you. Betstamp is a odds comparison tool, and we believe that if you use an odds comparison tool, it will make you a better by simply getting the best odds on everything you bet on. Betstamp compares odds across every sports book, including games, player props, and futures. Save time, save money. Download the app today. And if you're looking to sign up for some new sports books, make sure you head over to the link that you see on screen. Click the link in the description or click the link in the pinned chat. Betstamp.app/call to the pen. If you sign up through books through that page, it helps support the show. Now back to John.
All righty. Thank you so much, man. I don't know why we don't lead. I got to start leading with our best foot forward. That's you, Jay. I'm over here like hacking and wheezing. I'm dying and whiffing and hiffing and huffing and hawing. Man, everybody needs somebody sometimes. Should have relied on you a little bit earlier. I'm feeling a little bit better already. Again, it's hard, man. One man banded it. Very difficult stuff here. All right. So that's it for the full game. Oh, did I forget one? Oh, I did forget one. Really quick. I'm really interested in watching this one. The pitchers are a little too unpredictable to bet on, but it's Kyle Harrison and the Giants against Emmett Sheehan and the Dodgers. Harrison 5.2 ERA, 1.4 WHIP. But like the strikeout stuff we've seen is bananas, right? And this is one of the places where I mentioned indicators agreeing. Here we get disagreement. And, that's where you need, like, we're at that kind of deeper dive, right? So Harrison has a +5 expected ERA, which is really bad. But a sub-4 Sierra. Normally my two favorite metrics. 27 K to only 7 walk, 30.5 CSW, 29 whiff, 80 zone contact. So just really some true filth going on. But the misses have really gotten punished. 11.5 barrel, 2.6 homer 9, 341 expected WOBA for Harrison. Lefties have destroyed him. Lefties are batting 500. Oh my gosh, Freddie Freeman total base prop perhaps? Jay, if there's a plus in front of that, I think we should go do that. If it's negative, I'm fine passing on it. But if Freeman is like a +125 for 2 bases, I think we got to go there. Harrison does not have an answer. It's plus money. All right, let's do it. Just dial it down. How about 2? Harrison has no answer for lefties. And he's really struggled on the road. 305 batting average allowed, 1153 OPS, 5 home runs per 9. So it's like a strikeout or a homer. And then Sheehan, again, same kind of idea, flip side. Right? Harrison had the +5 expected, 3.9 Sierra. Sheehan has the 3.6 expected with the 5 Sierra. The strikeouts are lower, the walks are higher. Lots of hard contact and too many home runs, but the expected WOBA at 290. It's going to be interesting. There's young pitchers with a lot of talent here, and that's really the center of the handicap is. It's super unpredictable because it's not really determined yet. Exactly what we have. So if you get sharp Harrison, he's going to strike out, 9 guys in 3 2/3. And if not, maybe either way, he's 3 home runs mixed in there. So I think I'm going to leave this one alone. BGC dropping dimes plus EV dimes in the comment section, as always. Appreciate you all. Again, right? That's what this is all about. You can, I can only do so much, and I only try to. Right? I always talk about that. The doors swings both ways. I'm open to, input for all the outputs, that I give. Right? And I think that makes the entire community that I mentioned before stronger. So I'm leaving this one alone. This is a purely watch. The San Francisco offense also has been very, very good. Dodgers offense, no slouch, of course. Top 3 offense easily. The Giants are doing one of their spike things right now. 284 batting average, 370 OBP. 25 line drive, 360 team WOBA, 129 WRC plus for the Giants last 500 plate appearances. Like totally out of character because we've seen how bad they can be. So right now it's just not the time to go for it. That will do it for the PM slate. Thank you to everybody. Loved my commuter crowd. People listening to this stuff, on the way home. There are 2 early games. I do have 2 plays. So let's put it together. And what do you got? Let's do a little bit of bobbity boop here, Jay. This one we're going F5 though, so it's an F5 pairing. The first game is the Angels and Griffin Canning against Zach Eflin and the Rays. We want to go under on the F5, is it? It was, oh man, I wanted 4.5. Can we no longer get 4.5? I was too slow. Maybe we should have started there. All right, yeah, we can. So, Angels and Rays, F5U 4.5. Okay, we want to stay under on the 4.5 on the F5s. Angel bullpen's a disaster. Both of these offenses are. The Rays are clicking up, but Eflin's been really good. I think he shuts them down. And then the second game, I want to go the other way. But this one, even though it's over, I want to stick with F5 because the bullpens have been so good. The Milwaukee bullpen's like freaking nuts right now. But it's Wade Miley versus Miles Mikolas. And that one, too, we want to go over 4.5. Yeah, take the juice on it with Jay. That's fine because we're going to pair it anyway. So just to be quick with the recap, we're going to go over Brewers and Cardinals, F5O 4.5. Right, look for scoring against Miley and Michaelis. And then we're going to go under Griffin Canning, who I really like, but I don't think you're getting more than 5 innings. And Zach Eflin, who's been freaking awesome. But again, even if you get more than 5, that doesn't matter. Because the Angels bullpen's gross. So a little over-under skidoo, a little 2-2-2 action, a little 5-2 skidoo. Love it. Smash it. Jay, do a little scroll. Let's get out of here, man. Tomorrow, the Friday show. Keep an eye on those daily K leaders. Keep an eye on the daily run leaders. As Jay walks you through today's plays. And a hearty goodbye from all the men and women here at Call to Pen HQ, redheaded stepchild of the Hammer Betting Network. Make sure to thank Rob Pizzola, the pizza man, bringing you the large round. Thank you to everyone out there kind of supporting us and stuff. I know, baseball's falling to the wayside. It's late September. Some people are like starting to think about Halloween and the holidays and stuff. And we get it. But we also know that if you're listening to this stuff at the end of September, 38 minutes into a broadcast, that you are indeed one of us. So we do appreciate you. Thanks for picking up what we're putting down here at the show, baby. Enjoy the games, enjoy your day. And when we're done with the book, enjoy your pay. And remember, when you work this hard, it's a lot less like luck. See you tomorrow. Peace.